What's up, Christy? One Love Fellowship for Followers of Christ. Sorry, I wasn't intending to make a video while eating, but I keep procrastinating on both and whatever. So you just get to watch me eat for a second. I need actual food, but that requires me to like cook a meal, because that's what I want, is an actual home cooked meal. But I'm so stressed out, and I already don't have much of an appetite. I just know that my body needs food. Like, I know I need to eat. The thought of actually cooking the meal, like, when I'm like this, if I force myself to go through the motions and I cook the meal, I'll do all of that and I'll have that food and I'll take like maybe 2 bites and then I won't be able to eat anything else. My body will just be like, nope. And so then I just wasted the food, I wasted the energy, and now I have to clean up a mess and wash dishes. And so it just feels like a huge waste, which of course sounds like an excuse, but the reality is I know my body and I don't like to waste food. But I really need to eat like an actual meal. I didn't make a full meal last night. I had I had a sandwich, but I toasted it in the toaster oven. I have so much content on my phone. Like, I was just scrolling through to add pics to a profile for a thing that I had to make. Which, by the way, I apparently am one of the only people that feels this way, and that's what makes it difficult for us to ever be a part of anything. But, like, why does everything you try to join and be a part of require you to download and join some type of app, to be in some type of group chat? Like, why can't we just all meet up somewhere in person and talk? If I wanted to just interact online, I would just continue to interact with strangers online. Like, I'm joining groups because I want to get to know people in physical reality, in real life, and make real life connections. But, like, everything is so focused and based and centered around technology that, like, you can't be a part of the group if you're not a part of the group chat. And I mean, I attempted to download the app and create a profile and join the group and all that stuff, but it just keeps glitching and giving me crap. And the technology itself was never such a problem for me, but the humans who invented the technology, they don't like me. That's why they invented the technology, because they want to render me obsolete. Like, they don't want humans like me to exist because they can't control us, and they can, attempt to capitalize on what we have to offer, but then we have a voice and we're capable of, like, calling that out, or, attempting to do something about that, or at least just telling people, like, hey, they're frauds. I mean, may not be able to prove it in court, but it's true, and I can show you some stuff that will, have you believing it too, because it's the truth. They just exploit legal loopholes to get away with it. Like, why are there so many truly, truly awful humans on this planet? And why are you so awful? And if you are that awful, like, Anyway. But yeah, so I was scrolling through the images and the videos on my phone. This is like the largest micro SD card I've ever put on this device or ever had on any device ever. I think it's like 128. I think it's the biggest one they have. I don't know. So normally I would end up, by the end of the month, my micro SD card would be filling up. And as I'm getting ready to switch over to a new one, I would sort through and figure out if there was anything from the previous month that I hadn't posted yet, because I want to go ahead and post it and get it on my page so that I can put the micro SD cards up in a storage place, because, that way I have hard copies in case whatever. But the thing is, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling any of it anymore, and I don't want to share anything. Like, I wish I had someone to share things with, like, I genuinely would love to have even just one friend who actually cared enough to want to hear about my day and what I've been doing with my time, and places I've been, things I've explored, what I've been eating, like any of those things. Like, I genuinely wish that there was at least one person on this planet who actually cared. And back when I used to believe that there was, and that person, even if they didn't speak to me directly, they checked my page. I don't know why, but that motivated me to share things, because I was sharing it with myself, but also with certain individuals that I knew had difficulty communicating directly with me. But, like, I'm not there anymore, and I know that that's all BS, and that even if they do feel that way, and they do secretly stalk me to keep up with me, it doesn't matter, because it's not coming from a space of genuine love and concern for my well-being. I'm an oddity. And what difference does it make anyway, Because I'm not getting paid for any of this, and they're going to make sure that I never get paid for any of it. They're going to make sure that none of my posts ever go viral, and I never receive one red cent for anything I've ever contributed to any platform anywhere ever. And knowing that, I just don't see the point. I don't see the point of investing my time and energy into sharing myself with a world that doesn't care about me, And it sucks, because I met a lot of people, and I took a lot of photos, and there were stories behind some of the things that I did, some of the places that I went. Like, I had concepts. But every time I come back here, it's like coming back to a tomb, And it's like, if I have to exist in a tomb, what's the point of existing? My aunt's in the hospital now. She says she might be coming home. I don't know. No one seems to care about anything. They still expect me to take care of everything. And I don't even want to know if I have the capacity, because I have already been pushed well beyond my capacity and well beyond my breaking point multiple times. And I just don't see the point of breaking myself for people who don't care about me. It was one thing to contort myself into pretzel-like conditions to accommodate others that I cared for, when I genuinely believed in their, I want to say, like, innocence. Like, I wanted to believe that no one was consciously intending ill things towards me or harm towards me, because why would you? But it's like, now that I am fully aware and no longer capable of deluding myself into believing that anyone actually cares, when clearly no one does, Like, what is even the point? It was 10:01. What's the point? I don't see the point of sharing myself with people who don't appreciate me, and I don't feel appreciated by anyone. Because if there's anyone out there who genuinely does appreciate me, you don't show it. At least not to me, not directly. You make no effort whatsoever to let me know that I matter to you, or that I impact your life in a positive way, or that anything that I do or say or contribute is valuable or helpful in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. So why would I continue to contribute? And I didn't come on here to cry and have like a pity party or like whatever. I literally just am frustrated right now, and I wish that I could be motivated. I wish that I could be motivated and passionate and driven to do the things that I know I'm here to do. I need someone to come into my life and be me for me. Everything that I have been for others, I need someone to come into my life and be that for me. And since no one cares enough to do that, then I don't see why I should care anymore. I just don't. Please stop scratching. My own children don't even care. Like, not to be morbid, but if I succumbed to the thoughts that constantly are projected onto me, like, how long would it be before anyone realized? You know? It's just really frustrating. And this team that I joined that I was really excited about, of course, I made the mistake of sharing that. Which it shouldn't matter whether I share it or not, because the last thing that I attempted was joining a chorus to sing, because I miss singing and I miss being a part of a group. It's not that I want to be a complete and total loner in the world. It's that every group that I ever even visit temporarily, participate with, or attempt to join, or attempt to actually be a part of, attempt to genuinely be a part of the team, be a part of the group, collaborate, it doesn't matter, because within the first few times of me going, honestly, after the first time, there's always this warm reception, and everything seems great, and it seems like people are going to actually appreciate me and respect me, and I'm actually going to 1313 have community and friendship and support and genuine people in my life that I can count on and trust and respect and be respected by. But then no matter what, it never fails that the dynamic shifts every single time. Every single time. And I am fully aware of the shift. I don't understand why people act like the problem is that I'm too intelligent, and because I'm too intelligent, I'm able to recognize what they're doing when they begin behaving strangely towards me for whatever reasons. Whether it's because someone contacted them and offered them money, or status, or membership into a more elite group, or whatever it is. Whether it's because they saw something I posted on social media and it offended them, and rather than just talking to me about that 1414, they decided to hold a grudge for the rest of their lives and make it their mission to attempt to get one over on me, all because of one thing that I said one time that they may or may not have understood that I may or may not have actually said. Because, newsflash, not everything that's posted under my name online is actually posted by me. And also, even if it is posted by me, it doesn't mean that it's coming from me. Sometimes it's coming through me, and I'm just the messenger. But I think that the bigger issue is anyone, seeing something that they don't like, seeing or hearing of something that someone said or did that they don't like, and instead of confronting that person about it, to clear things up, or just avoiding that person altogether and saying, well, you know, I don't know why they feel that way. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to go ask them about it. I'm just going to stay away from them. But you don't do that either. You intentionally insert yourself into that person's life to sabotage them because you're angry because they said something you didn't like. And do you understand how childish and juvenile that is? Like, psychotically childish and juvenile. Like, you're an adult. If you have a problem with me, say so. If you don't want me on your team, say so. I have better things to do. I don't mean that in a rude way. I'm just saying, like, if someone doesn't want to be around me, I'm sure they have better things to do. You know? The vibe was very off. And the last few times I've attempted to do anything social, Loki has been pulling me hard in the opposite direction. Like, it's like he senses that there's a vibe in the crowd. And he's like, no, don't. I don't want you to go here. It happened when we went to the Murals and Music. It was 1619. The Murals and Music Festival thingy that was going on like last weekend or whatever. And some random older man came up to me out of nowhere, like he knew me, and started telling me these slightly inappropriate jokes. And then he kept wanting to shake my hand. And the whole time I was having this interaction, something was telling me, like, you know, this is an op. He's here, like, this is intentional, and he wants to give you an attachment. And I could have just not touched him at all. I could have just not shook his hand. But to me, doing that is like me saying that that person and whatever entity or whatever they're trying to do, like, it has power over me. Why? You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. If you sending your strongest death magic towards me is only capable in my worst moments, and this is, I'm nowhere near this now, but back during my absolute worst period of time, deep in alcoholism, extremely caught up with all the prescription medications they had me on and like all that nonsense, so depressed, so in a bad place, just sleeping with the wrong people for the wrong reasons. I mean, I believed at the time that I was doing, I don't know. I was trying to be of service because I was brought up in a cult, apparently. Like, who knew we were all raised in sex cults? Because they just indoctrinated an entire generation towards it. But that was at my lowest, honestly. And the worst that you could make happen was for me to break a bone, which I had never done before in my entire life. So if me at my worst and you doing your best can only yield a broken leg, then what do you think that you can do to me now? I'm only getting better with time. I'm only improving with time. I have no intentions of ever permanently backsliding into a lower vibrational place that would allow your magic to affect me. So I don't understand why you even continue to try it. If you don't like me, that's fine. Go do anything else. Like, why are you here? And I don't know what I've done to anyone. I literally don't. But if you would just bring it to my attention, if you see me out in the world and you're angry with me because of something that you're aware of, that you're not aware that I'm aware that you're aware of it, and you won't confront me about it because you don't want me to know that you've been checking up on me, but yet you're going to treat me in a manner related to what you, like, do you understand the insanity lives inside of you? I apologize. And if you will just let me know what I did that pissed you off, I will probably apologize. I will explain the situation, and if I genuinely feel remorse and feel that I was the one who was in the wrong, or that my intentions were misunderstood, but my delivery resulted in the misunderstanding, then I will acknowledge that and I will take accountability for that. I might even offer to buy you a coffee or something to make amends. Or if you told me, like, hey, this is what it resulted in and this is how it affected me. And, I have no problem righting the wrongs I might have done, even when I wasn't intentionally trying to do wrong. Because that's part of being a good person. That's part of being a mature, evolved person, is acknowledging the mistakes you make, whether you intentionally made them or not, acknowledging the harm you've caused, whether you intentionally caused it or not, and making amends for that. Doing something to make it right, doing something to correct the damage done, to minimize. If I do something unintentionally that I know is negative or harmful, once I become aware of that, then my immediate action is to do anything in my power to correct and cure that, because I don't want to carry the karma, even if my intentions were not to harm. So for me, what's crazy is not the fact that I might have mouthed off in the past or at any point in the present or future, or that someone else might have cloned my account and said horrible things that I would never say, or that, people might project energies onto me when I'm vulnerable and it doesn't matter. That's not what's crazy. I mean, that is crazy, don't get me wrong. And again, my apologies. But what's crazy to me is the idea of stalking someone just to find things about them that you don't like and then not confront them about those things, but use that as fuel, as fire to fuel your hatred, so that you go out of your way to actively cause problems for them because of something that you would have never even known existed if you hadn't been stalking them in the first place. And to be honest with you, a lot of the times when I have been, how should I say this? A lot of the times when it has been allowed for these things, 2222, for these things to come through me, these negative things to come through me, for me to actually behave in this manner, in this contemptible manner that is not part of my character, has been because it was a test to see who out there is actually engaging in this gang stalking activity. I don't consciously do that on purpose in the moment, but this is how it works. So the whole time you think you're testing me, but I'm the test. And God is using me to test you. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or not. Source is source regardless. We all came from a source. And if you're not worshiping the highest source, the original source, the source of all creation, the one true source of all creation, if that's not the source that you're following and worshiping, if that's not the source that you consider to be your creator, then you are subjecting yourself to a lower entity, to a lower God, a lower deity. You are accepting yourself as a creation of a creation of a creation of a creator, as opposed to taking yourself directly back to the creator and focusing on the creator. I don't know who needs to hear that, but someone needs to hear that, because I find it so frustrating. I have more to say, but I want to finish eating my chips, and this is getting really long, so I don't know who this will help, if it'll help anyone at all, but I hope it helps someone tonight. And I'm not here for pity, because I can't stand the energy of pity, although honestly, if it's between pitying me and hating me, you should probably pity me. But I don't want any of that. I just would like just respect, just like normal basic human decency and respect. The things that I give out to others, I don't understand why I seem to be the only one on earth that everyone has decided is not entitled to the same reciprocation of what everyone else gives the worst and expects the best. Meanwhile, they expect me to give the best and accept the worst from them. And 2444, I'm just not having it anymore. I'm not having it anymore. If you want to be in my life, if you want to be in my energy, if you want to be in my aura, if you want to know what's going on with me, if you want anything from me at all, you need to step up. You need to step up and show me why I should even make the effort. Please. Please. Did I already say the thing? I'm hearing so many things in my head right now. Did I say it? You are loved. You are forgiven. You can be saved no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you've done or what's been done to you. You can repent. You can repair. You can be redeemed. Much love.